Hey, movie buffs. This is welcome back or welcome to Quinn's Movie Review Corner. I am going to be reviewing All Styles. It's a YouTube movie, which is interesting that they make movies. My wife loves loves Glee like I love The Office. She watches it. I think it's in her fifth time in a row watching it. I've watched The Office that probably double that or more. Um, Breaking Bad is another one I like. I've watched that one about 3 or 4 times. You've you know. Well, then again, I also watch movies over and over and over again. Also, so like We're the Millers, probably 15 times. The Heat with Melissa McCarthy, about that 15, 20 times. The Spy Who Dumped Me, did a movie review on that one. I probably have seen that one 10 or 15 times. So, yeah, you just find something that entertains you and you watch it again and again and again and again. So, she's still watching Glee. And Heather Morris, who plays Brittany, my favorite character. Well, okay, I've watched the whole show one time. Beginning to end, my real favorite character is Kurt, just because he's more dynamic and unapologetic and stuff like that. So he's a really good character. But my favorite secondary character is definitely Brittany, played by what Heather Morris. Didn't I say that? Yeah, Heather Morris. Um, so she plays the epitome of the blonde jokes. So like she uh, she thinks she's pregnant because a stork moved in next door, in the gutters next door, things like that. Just really, really funny, stupid things. So I was excited to see her play in another movie. She didn't have a very big role in this movie, but that doesn't matter as much. She did pretty well. Starting off, there was a kid, young kid, um, karate class. He starts dancing. I can't dance at all. I would probably be the guy who would dance like Will Smith teaches Kevin, not Kevin Hart, Kevin, not Smith, Kevin James. I always do that. Kevin James in uh, Hitch, the movie Hitch, where he just like 2 steps. That's it. This is your cut. This is your. Anyways, that's how I would. That's how I dance, or the Running Man, or something stupid like that. I like instructional dance songs like the slide to the left, slide to the right. I did that wrong, but it doesn't matter. So he starts dancing. The sensei, whoever, is like, "Hey, knock it off." And then there's a woman dancing in the background. Not in the background, in a different scene. She's a ballet dancer. So, let's see. It's automatically like 10 years later. Something like that. He's graduating high school. His name's B, or Brandon. I'm just going to refer to him as B because that's how he liked to be called. So, he's part of a dance crew, Levels, I think, that won some championships and stuff like that. Now he's the assistant to the sensei, or senpai, as Dwight was on The Office. No, he's a instructor, or whatever. And the guy originally who said knock it off was his dad. So that we don't know that at the beginning. Um, until this scene when he's hang on. Anyways, so what he does is he takes his dance crew and somebody else's dance crew into the karate studio after hours to do a dance off or whatever you want to call it, um, a battle, a dance battle. He's going off to college, and his dad comes in and kicks them all out, and then he's yelling about how they have their shoes on the the mats or whatever, and he's like, clean this up, and no computer, no phone, no this, no that, no this, and it's like a day before he goes to college, and he's like, okay, how am I gonna get stuff done? Oh, now you're worried about getting stuff done. That's what entertains me about the TikTok stuff. I've watched on YouTube. There's like compilations of TikTok videos, and a couple of them were like, you know, somebody playing a game on the laptop, and the mom with the towel. It's the same person with the towel on their head, and comes in, and they move over to a different screen to do schoolwork or whatever. Anyways, off topic. So, uh, yeah, he goes to college. Meets his roommate is really nerdy. I think his name's Nate. I remembered that because Nate from The Office is one of my favorite like warehouse workers. Technically, I'm not deaf. That's a great character. Anyways, his name's Nate, and he's really nerdy, like Nate on The Office. And my wife's talking in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. Sorry. So B is depressed because he tries different things in college, different dances or dance classes. The Zumba class, I'm guessing that's like dance workout type of a thing. So he goes to that. The instructor shows the class a dance to motivate them or whatever, and it's his girlfriend and another member of the team that they're dancing really close, but that's how people dance, and so he calls her and gets all upset and offended that she's dancing in close proximity to him because he's her girlfriend, and that's not right. You can't be close to another, even if you're in a different state or not even talking or existing. Women cannot be next to, physically close to another man if you are her girlfriend. Right. If she is your girlfriend. Right. That's not how life works. That's not how women work. It's not the 1950s. You can't control your. Anyways, that's off topic. She breaks up with him, and he's all depressed. He's watching his old videos and stuff, and the roommate wants him to go to the mall and eat. Pre 2020, I'm guessing, because, yeah. Do you remember going to the mall? I do. As a kid, I remember going to the mall all the time. But I never bought anything, because I was poor, so. um, what else? He goes to the mall so they can eat, and Nate tries to convince B to get a new dance crew started to get him out of his funk. And he's like, you know what? I guess whatever. So they hold rehearsals, and not rehearsals, but auditions. So what happens is like this guy like me comes in and does the Kevin James dance from Hitch. There was another. They were okay. They weren't that great dancers. And then there's this really ancient guy, like 80 or 90, tap dancing, and it's really comical part. So they figured out that in order to get a better dance crew, they need to not hold auditions, but to find those people on the street or whatever. So he's walking under a bridge. I guess they're in Baton Rouge. So he finds this kid under like college kid under a bridge doing breakdancing on a piece of cardboard like it's the 1980s. Um, he goes to he starts hanging flyers and he goes to a what does he go to? Oh, he goes to a honky tonk bar, which is really funny, or a line dancing bar. So he finds a girl who line dances really well. She dances with everybody. Red hair, I love it. Oh, like the not ginger, but really red, like red. So, um, he recruits those people. He goes to um, another class, which is ballroom dancing, or I thought it was salsa, but anyways, that's where he finds Elizabeth. That's Heather Morris. She plays a 30-something-year-old mom who just wants to dance. She likes to dance, which is crazy that I'm watching. My wife is watching Glee, and I'm watching. Every once in a while. How we do it is she watches on the big screen on TV one day, and then I get the TV the next day, and then she gets the TV the next day, and I back and forth. That way we're not always watching the same thing. So unless I'm watching it with her, like when I watch the entire thing with her, so it's crazy to look at this Brittany on the show as a high schooler. 5 minutes later, as a 30-something-year-old with a kid, it's kind of crazy. So they go to a pep rally. Um, they see a cheerleader. I'm guessing the head cheerleader or something like that. Whatever. Lark. Her name's Lark. Like, look, as in Elizabethan era. Look, Lark. So her name is Lark. No, that's Hark. Hark. Yeah. Anyways, Lark is her name, and he ends up seeing her as he's. The funny thing is, he's hanging up flyers every 2 feet on the same building. It's like, I see it, still see it, still. If you're walking, you're like, okay, same exact thing. Does he have unlimited funds for paper and ink and all that? Tape? Anyways, he sees the girl from the pep rally go into a studio or a random building. Turns out she's a ballet instructor, and she's teaching some kids how to, do ballet and whatnot. And he comes in and tries to audit her class, and they're a bunch of 7-year-olds or 9-year-olds or whatever. So he ends up convincing her to join this group, and meanwhile he's going to college, and I guess he's going to be a cancer researcher, and that's what he wants to be. He goes to some kind of research class, and I like the professor because the professor asks a question on the first day that's like really advanced for the class, and this girl goes, "We don't know this stuff, so we haven't really looked. I don't know why you're making us know this stuff on the first day," and he kicks her out. So B answers him in like two different ways. So he's really smart, and he likes to dance. So he also gets us like a work program type of a thing to um, make smoothies with Jamba Juice or something like that. Trying to figure out how people with diabetes can drink stuff without their blood sugar going sky high. And so while he's doing all this, he's setting up a dance crew. The first day goes horribly. It's hilarious. Um, his lab assistant goes as well because she likes to dance. Some kind of Indian dance. I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, um, yeah, some kind of Indian dance, as in from the country of India, not American, Native American. Um, so she goes there. It's the movie's all styles, and they have all different styles of dance, and that ballroom dance, uh, break dancing, line dancing, some other kind of whatever that other kind of dancing there was. Oh, and there's this guy that can no, that's a kid, but they do like the hip hop stuff where they move their shoulders weird and stuff. So they try to um, they start to get a little bit better, just a little bit, and all of a sudden, Levels, his old dance crew, comes out with a competition to where if anybody can beat them, they get $50,000. Now we have, and this is 45 minutes in. First, we have the setup. All the people, you know, from all different walks of the earth, whatever, different styles, um, coming together to do one thing, and now we have motivation, and then I mean they're practicing all the time. Um, they want to start getting better at battling, which is like individual. Like one person will come out, dance, another person will come out and they'll dance, and that kind of stuff. So Lark gets the kids together from her ballet class, and they battle and stuff, and everybody's having fun and laughing and stuff. And actually, one of the kids, the boy in the dance in the ballet, is actually Elizabeth's son. So it's kind of crazy. You don't even know this until then, because she's dancing and he goes, "Yeah, go, mom." And the girl's like, "You can't root for them." He goes, "I can if she's my mom." So they're dancing and stuff, and then this kid's trash talking him a little bit, and they're dropping whatever, dancing really well. And so B starts trash talking this kid because the kid trash talked him. He wants the group to act like make it serious, like serious business, even though they're dancing with 7-year olds and 9-year olds, whatever age they are. So, um, the kid, the boy from the ballet class runs off because he's upset, and Elizabeth runs after him, and then Lark runs after all of them because she's the teacher, and then all of them just leave, be abandoned in the wherever they were because he was mean to a 7-year old or 9-year old, and like he started it. No. So then they go back to school. He's doing really well on the research thing for the making juice stuff, whatever. And the teacher suggests to him a summer work program for cancer research. And that's really, really what he wants. Hold on one second. Let me get my. So he he really, really wants to do it. His presentation is on the same day, within like 2 hours of the competition. So now we have the anxiety part, or the suspense, I guess you could say, the suspenseful part of the movie. The really funny part is, on the day of the event, the event's going on and stuff, and they're in the presentation and whatnot, and they run. The funniest part is like the Lark is no, not Lark, the lab assistant. I can't remember her name, but she let me think. She says, "What if there's traffic?" And he's like, "We'll be fine." Well, apparently they didn't need to worry about traffic because they ran the entire time. They didn't get an Uber. They didn't get a taxi. They didn't drive. They ran. Probably a couple of miles or whatever, And not just jogged, ran. So they end up getting there. And they're dancing and stuff. The dad, the whole time, obviously, from the beginning, he didn't like the dance. He didn't want... It's because he reveals at one part of the movie that his mom was the ballet dancer from the very, very beginning of the movie, and she died of cancer. Right away, like, boom, she's diagnosed and then she's dead. It wasn't like Breaking Bad where there's 6 different seasons. So, she dies, and his dad, his motivation to not liking dance is she was gone for a long period of time away from them when she could have been with them before she died. But she didn't know that. She didn't know she was going to die and that kind of stuff, but so the dad gets there halfway through their set, probably drove or he just jogged or he just walked. One of the three, I'm not sure. Probably drove. And there probably was traffic. So they must have mapped it out, because, like on, what was that movie? Jason Statham and they rob the guy. He's the driver. Not Bank Job. Italian Job. That's what it was. The Italian Job with, Mark Wahlberg? I think he was in it. I know that Donald Sutherland was in it too. So how they mapped out how Jason Statham mapped out the getaway thing in the car and whatnot. So that's probably what they did. So if you haven't seen the movie, then this is a spoiler, but they lost. They lost the competition, but at the same time they were all happy because they did really well, and the crowd was cheering their name even though they lost. And the boy was like, "They lost. Why are we cheering for them?" And they're like, "Well, because they did really well," or whatever, But all in all, I think that this was probably, I'd say, the best dance movie, because I've seen Step It Up and things like that. Yeah. Um, there's other dance movies that I've seen, but this one I would say was probably the best out of all of them. Um, Rate, I would say 7 out of 10. Not really I mean, I like all genres, but you know, it wasn't bad. It's for the rest of the day afterwards. You know how when you watch um, one of these kung fu movies or whatever you want to call them, you feel like fighting the rest of the day or something like that. I felt like maybe I could dance a little bit. No, I'm not going to dance. But it was a really good movie. I liked it a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe and like and comment and all that jazz.